everyone. Welcome back to our series on costs. So now, Heather, I know that a lot of people have are very confused about the concept of costs. I remember when I was a client, my lawyer would say something like, "Oh, if the other side did this, they're going to be hit with costs," or something like that. And I just look at my lawyer and I just say nothing because I wasn't exactly sure what they're talking about. I hit with costs. So could you explain for us what costs are exactly?
Yes. So costs are a sum of money that a litigant is obliged to pay their opponent for their opponent's expenses of the proceeding. So costs belong to the litigant, not the lawyer. So it's the party, like the litigant themselves, that would pay the cost to the other side. Or if they win, it's the litigant themselves that would get the money for the costs.
Oh, right. So the important, yeah. So it's from one litigant to the other, right?
Exactly. It doesn't go to the lawyer, and it's not for the lawyer to pay. Of course, in exceptional cases, the court may require a litigant's lawyer to pay costs, but that's usually in extreme circumstances where a lawyer exhibits extremely bad behavior. But for the most part, it's for the litigant to pay to the other side, or if they won, the litigant would receive the costs.
Right. I know that when I first started in litigation, there was a myth almost that people say, "Oh, the winner gets all their costs back from the loser." Is that a true statement?
No, for the most part, if you're lucky and you win, the
Yeah.
court will give you a percentage of the amount of money that you've incurred in either defending or prosecuting your claim. But it's highly unusual for a litigant to get full reimbursement for the costs that have been expended in regard to the proceeding.
Oh, wow. Right. So it's important to know that if I were suing someone, um, and I won, and they have to pay me the judgment, it is possible that my legal fees may not get 100% reimbursed. So basically, I still have to pay, right? I still have to pay to have a lawsuit. To
Exactly. Unless you're in a contingency fee arrangement
Oh, right.
or you're paying your lawyer on a flat fee basis. If you're paying by the hour and you're getting a judgment and you've won, you're likely getting partial, maybe substantial indemnity. It's still a percentage and you're still having to pay out of pocket some amount to your lawyer. And again, the award of costs, that belongs to the litigant. So if you lose a motion, it's not for your lawyer to pay, it's for you to pay to the other side.
I see. Okay, so one last question. Do you have any stories for us? Sort of like some of the examples that illustrate how a judge would use costs to discipline parties. Like, what kind of conduct are we talking about when we're talking about, conduct that triggers cost awards? Do
Yeah,
you
so I
know?
found
Yeah.
I found a great example
Okay.
of a case where costs were awarded against a lawyer personally for
Oh
bad
my.
behavior.
Okay.
And it kind of exemplifies sharp practice and why a court may award a certain amount. So
Okay.
the case is Etobicoke Noodles versus Raja, and it's a Master Haberman.
Hmm.
She decided the case,
Okay.
and she ordered that the plaintiff counsel pay the cost personally because what happened was a motion was brought
Hmm.
to strike the statement of claim. In response to that motion, the defendant, he noted in default the defendants who hadn't served and filed their defenses without giving them notice. He just noted them in default
Okay.
in before the motion to strike.
Oh my
So the
God.
master said, well, that's really wrong practice.
Right.
And I don't care if your client directed you to do that. It's like your obligation as an officer of the court to, give your client guidance and to act with civility. And she found that action to be so egregious that she awarded costs to be paid, and she wanted the lawyer personally to pay them.
That is amazing. Wow. Well, thank you very much for telling us about that case, and thank you very much for sharing your knowledge with us today in this video. So for our viewers, this is the first video of our series on costs. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to click the subscribe button and click the bell as well, so that you'll be notified of our upcoming videos. And we hope to see you at the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.